The use of cameras and/or recording devices are strictly prohibited by Actors Equity Association and copyright laws. So now would be a good time to turn off your phones and any other electronic devices that might light up or make noise during the performance. Season tickets are still on sale. And if you're already a season subscriber, thank you. If you're not, we hope that you would consider it, as we have 3 exciting shows following tonight's performance of Crowns. There's information in the lobby about the 3 performances and about season tickets. Thank you so very much for being here tonight, and enjoy.
Good Missouri soil used to grow corn,
soybeans, and tobacco.
And the son of Leslie McSpadden.
A beautiful black woman who comes from strong roots
and still holds fast that her son's murderer will be brought to justice.
I am the son of Michael Brown Sr.
Whose strength is in his beard.
Whose heart still breaks every day.
Still thinks if he had been there, he could have protected me.
I am the only one who looks at the clouds and sees God and the devil fighting each other.
Unkept promises.
Forgive me.
I am the friend next door who volunteered to help you with your math.
I am the mixtape.
I am the mistake.
I am the gentle giant too timid to play football.
I am a human being.
I am a human
I am a human being.
I am Michael.
Darian.
Brown.
I am you.
I am you.
I am you.
We are on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to Battleground, where we tackle the hard issues from across the aisle. I'm your host, Marcus Robertson. We're coming to you live from Ferguson, where the death of an unarmed black teen by a police officer yesterday has caused civic unrest in this sleepy Missouri suburb. We're joined by 2 of our country's foremost minds on race, Imani Duncan-Ward and Brad O'Connor. Brad, let's start with you. What's going on here? Why are these folks so angry?
Marcus, this case could not be more black and white. An unnamed white police officer was forced to shoot Michael Brown, an overly aggressive 18-year-old black male, in a tragic turn of events here in Ferguson, Missouri. Clearly, Brown was behaving in a way that made the officer feel threatened and required deadly force.
Hold on, Brad. Several eyewitnesses have reported that the officer shot Mike Brown in cold blood as he fled with his hands up. Let's not forget that Mr. Brown was scheduled to start college tomorrow. So it's highly unlikely that he would instigate a lethal interaction with a police officer with college on the horizon.
Let's stick to the facts, Imani. We know that after a routine stop took a wrong turn, the officer pursued the 6'4", 290-pound Brown. At some point, Brown turned around and began to charge the public servant who was forced to defend his life. According to police reports, Brown was so angry he looked like a demon.
Those aren't facts. We do know that the teen was often called a gentle giant by friends and family. Michael Brown was unarmed, and yet he was shot 6 times by the officer only 2 minutes after the officer arrived on the scene. Adding insult to injury, his body lay in the street for hours in what some are calling a public lynching.
Really? That's an insult to your ancestors who were the victims of actual lynchings.
I hate to interrupt you 2, but we have to go to commercial break. Stay tuned for Battleground as we bring you coverage of this explosive event.
And clear. Great stuff, you 2. The views are clicking in.
What the hell was that?
What are you talking about?
Overly aggressive and insult to my
It's
ancestors?
a debate, Imani.
Yeah, but I expected intellectual honesty.
Listen, I'm here to get paid just like you.
I'm not here because of money. I'm here because when I see that boy, I see family.
Imani, I know your family. Play golf with your brother. 3 generations of Ivy League education is a far cry from Ferguson.
Brad, one little invite to a charity golfing event with my Republican uncle does not make us besties. I wish you would sit over here and act
Pardon
like...
me, we are on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to Battleground. We're here in Ferguson, Missouri, where several people are saying that the police response is making things worse. following the death of an unarmed teenager. What are your thoughts on
St.
that?
Louis County Police Department have and will continue to support this community by following protocol and have remained on the scene all afternoon to prevent a mob from forming.
What you see as a mob are actually mourners, including his mother and father, and there is no doubt that the atmosphere out here has only escalated due to a hostile showing from police.
Those officers are just doing their job to maintain law and order.
But tanks, assault rifles, why do the police even have tanks? If their job is to serve and protect American citizens, why do they need weapons of war?
But
Just in the past few hours, we've seen this crowd swell. Why do you think so many people have come out for this?
Clearly what we're witnessing is outrage at a systemic problem that dates back hundreds of years in this
oh,
country.
come on, Imani, a systemic problem? There is a black man in the White House. This is an isolated event that the race baiters are running.
The amount of people protesting shows that this clearly isn't an
I
isolated
hate to
event.
interrupt you, Amani, but that's all we have time for in this segment. Tune in next time to Battleground as we tackle the hard issues from across the lines of fire.
And clear. Go! That was amazing. We had over 8 million viewers on the live stream alone. Okay, and we are going ahead with a special on the story.
Special? I'm happy to get that special paycheck. This thing is going to blow over in 2 days tops. Mark my words, no one is going to care about this kid's death in another week.
Well, the network thinks there is something different here. Oh, and I have good news for you. Your next interviews are ready to go.
Are you kidding me?
No. You want me to take your picture? Oh, stand by. Yep. They're here now.
Dr. John A. Wright, a native of St. Louis, Fulbright scholar, former assistant superintendent of the Ferguson-Florissant School District, author of Discovering African American St. Louis.
Jeff Smith, also a native of St. Louis, former Democratic member of the Missouri State Senate, co-founder of the Confluence Academies in North St. Louis, also author of Mr. Smith Goes to Prison.
Do I mind if you record this? Oh, no, no. I don't say anything I don't want the FBI to hear. The rioting in Ferguson happened because, you gotta understand, there are two different Fergusons. The white Ferguson built up where the railroad is, and the black Ferguson built after World War II.
You got about 90 municipalities in an area of 1 million people, so that's an average of 11,000 people per town.
But most of these people after the war were those people fleeing the city. So how do you get people to flee? You depress areas of the city.
About 60 of these 90 towns have their own public safety apparatus, which is expensive to have a police department, a fire department, municipal court.
All the little communities in North County formed in the 40s and in the 60s, and they was all fleeing the city. The city at one time had close to 900,000 people. We're down to about 318,000 now.
If you're a town of that size, it costs a huge financial, you got a lot of towns, but 20, 30, 40% of their annual revenue, their whole budget, that comes from pulling people over.
You never officially change. Never. Ferguson's still a sundown town. That means if you're black, you need to be out by sundown, or else you get harassed. You get tickets. You get this feeling that if I'm here, I got problems. So you never officially, you can say we don't do that anymore, that blacks are free to come and go. But you know, if you go in certain parts, you're gonna get stopped.
You got an overwhelmingly white police force because whites are still in charge of the power structure in most of these towns like Ferguson, and yet the population is disproportionately black and young. And most of the people funding that government are young black people. The only interaction they have with the system from when they're 15 to when they're 30 is getting pulled over and feeling like they're being harassed.
Harassment, a little retained.